This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scrooge Brunson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own takes and reviews of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on, my guy?
Man, I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Just got through doing a 6-day week this week. You know what I'm saying? So but you know, gotta get that bread, man. Gotta get that bread. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have it coming in. But other than that though, man, I'm chilling, man. Been getting a lot of material in, man. What's good with you?
Man, not much, man. I'm actually kind of doing the, you know what I'm saying, did the same, man. I went back and watched some old stuff and trying to catch up and getting ready for all this stuff that's about to drop, man. We got Snowfall coming. You know what I'm saying? Ant-Man just dropped. It's a bunch of stuff coming out. It's looking real heavy, and you already know I'm super, super excited because I got to go see my movie, man, Cocaine Bear. So yeah, I'm ready to go, bro.
That's what's up, man. You know, my movie dropped next month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about that. And for our Snowfall fans, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go back and we gotta finish it, man. You know what I'm saying? We picked it up. I think we picked it up with season 3, I think, when we first started doing it.
I think it was
Yeah. So we started doing it season 3, so we're gonna close it out, man. So yeah, I'm excited to do that as well. So on those Friday episodes. So yeah, man, I'm with you.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun as heck. So man, let's go ahead and get into the episode, man. Let's start with, you know what I'm saying, our favorite segment, the one that where, you know what I'm saying, we give you nice little tidbits of what's to come and what we doing outside of the show. We call it What We Watching, man. Let's get into it.
What we watching?
What we watching?
So what you got this week, man?
Oh man, boy, I got 2 this week. So I've got my hands on Paramount Plus. So I was finally able to see Top Gun Maverick, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And look, I'm gonna tell you something. I fuck with it, man. I do. And now the hype that they gave it, it's like, all right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, like calm down a little bit. Like people were saying it was the best movie of the year and all of that shit. Nah,
close to it.
I mean, but it was good. Now I will say this. I understand why Tom Cruise did what he did. Because the way they shot it, that shit was phenomenal. I would give him that.
Yeah,
like I didn't see it in the theater, but like all of the camera angles and like, you know what I'm saying, with the planes and all that shit, like all that shit was really, really good. So I get why he held off, because I remember they did a press run, and because they was talking about it on Dan Le Batard's show where they interviewed Miles Teller for the movie, but they interviewed him like 3 years ago because the movie didn't come out. And so I get why Tom Cruise waited, because it was, I'm pretty sure, like watching that in a theater would have been doper than watching it on TV. But the story was cool. I like what they put together, but you know what I'm saying? But you still got to Hollywood it up, because some things
of course
wouldn't have went down the way that it went down. Like the whole thing of him doing that test run under the time that he was supposed to do it and all this shit. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. So like he just had to pass. You know what I mean? So like little stuff like that. But like I thought the movie was good. You know what I'm saying? They brought back the theme song. They kind of slowed it up a little bit. They kind of 2000 it up. You know what I'm saying? They brought back the Danger Zone. You know what I'm saying? They brought that song back. So it was cool, man. I really fucked with it. Now, I do think people kind of overhyped it a bit. Shout out to Val Kilmer. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that he actually died in the movie and he's sick. So that's kind of, that would have scared me a little bit.
Hey, bro,
but yeah,
I
man.
gotta say
So
this though.
what's up?
Danger Zone is a fire ass song to have in a movie.
It is, man.
I have
To
to admit
the danger
that.
zone.
Danger Zone. Yeah, that's a fire song to have in a movie, bro. I'm not mad at that.
Oh yeah. That's how we moving. So the other thing I was able to watch is also a movie on Paramount Plus, and that is Devotion. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Majors,
Mm-hmm.
like we were talking about Jonathan Majors. Like he's been on a run lately.
Yeah.
And this movie was it so much reminds me of oh man, what's that movie called? Man of Honor. Yeah, Man of Honor, the
Oh,
movie
okay.
with Cuba Gooding Jr. and
Yeah.
Robert when he played Carl Bertier, I think that's what his name was.
Was that
And
was it Robert Downey Jr. or De Niro?
it was De Niro. What I
It was De
say?
Niro. No, I was asking
Yeah,
you, was it Robert Downey Jr. or De Niro?
yeah, it was De Niro, and like it was
Okay.
about what I'm saying, the first like Navy diver, and like it showed like
Yeah.
all of the bullshit that he had to go through, what I'm saying, just to
Mm-hmm.
be, what I'm saying, a
Yeah,
diver or whatever,
that
whatnot.
nigga had to go through racism just to get in the water, my nigga.
Yeah, like that was,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that was a crazy movie. Now this movie, it was he spoke about like the racism that he had to go through,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm
And
trying
this
to
is
get
when
his
he's
name.
the pilot, right?
Yeah, he's the pilot,
Yeah.
and oh man, I'm trying to get it right because I want his name. There it is, Jesse Brown. So it's the story of Jesse Brown. He was the first Navy pilot or whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Majors playing him, and like they didn't show you the stuff that they showed in Man of Honor, but he talked
Yeah.
about it. He talked about how they put weights in his uniform, how they threw ice in the water when he had to do like the swimming test, and he was like, because he said he had to do the swimming test 10 times. He said because they had the assumption that black people couldn't swim, so like they made
Right.
it difficult for him every time he had to do the swimming test. Like the difference is they showed it in that one, but they didn't show it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But Devotion was pretty cool. It was pretty good. Jonathan Majors killed it. And then also like what I did not know, like I did not know who this person was, so this is why I like um films like this, timepieces. And actually, when his plane got shot down, the dude that was like his roommate, the guy that kind of like they gravitated to each other or whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
so he actually crashed his plane to go down to go help him because they was behind enemy lines or whatnot. So he went down to go save him, and unfortunately, he ended up freezing to death. Well, I guess that's how he died. He either froze to death or because his legs was caught under the like the dash thing. Like when it crashed, his legs got trapped in there, and like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I don't know if he bled out. Like I don't know if it cut him and he bled out, or he froze to death, or both, or whatever. So when the helicopter came, because they was like the Chinese people was closing in on them, so they had to fly out of there. And so when they got back to base, they wanted to go back to get him, but it's already been infiltrated, so they were never able to go retrieve his body. So check this
Yeah.
out. Still to this day, dude, they still trying to find. No, it was Korea. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I said Chinese. It was
Mm-hmm.
North and South Korea. They still trying to find a way to go over there and get his body
Damn.
because they was never able to retrieve. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure like they took over that area and cleared that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure his body isn't still there, but
Right.
that's just one thing that sucked was the fact that anytime you are in the armed forces, a good bit of the time they bring your body back, and they wasn't
Mm-hmm.
able to, what I'm saying, to bring his body back. So, but just to know that they still are doing things, like even though I'm pretty sure his body's not there anymore, but
Right.
just the fact that they still even talking about it, even making a big deal out of it, because like it did it
Mm-hmm.
like during like before the end credits, they was just talking about like what they was doing. So
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. But like, look, man, let me say this real quick. Jonathan Majors, man,
This is year.
I'm telling you, he
This is
he.
his year.
Now, really two, because like last year he had a pretty good 2020 2022, but
Yeah. Yeah.
this upcoming year, you know what I'm saying, he got two bangers that I know of that are coming. But yes, we got to shout out to that dude because he's on the run right
Absolutely.
now. He's killing. But man, what you got?
All right, man. So my first one is on Apple TV. It's starring Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, and it's called Shrinking. It's a great show. It's basically about this therapist who has to um deal with the loss of his wife, and he's trying to navigate life, what I'm saying, without having a spouse and still being a father, and still being a professional, what I'm saying, being a therapist. Like it I it's dope because what he does is he takes this like he takes a totally different approach on life. Like when you first see it, he's super nice, he's super, what I'm saying, shut in, he's super quiet and cool, and he holds his tongue a lot, and then what I'm saying, like he doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. And so with this one, after what I'm saying, everything happens, he pretty much turns it around, and he just start being super honest with people, like brutally honest. And you start to see how different things change as far as his relationships, his friendships, you know what I mean? Like even his relationship with his daughter. And so um it's I like it. I'm only 2 episodes in, but so far so good. It got my homegirl Jessica Williams in it, comedian extraordinaire, who is also beautiful, out of this world. Um but yeah, y'all go check that out. It's on Apple TV. It's called Shrinking. And then my next one, man, is the Murdoch documentary on Netflix. And it basically talks about the situation with Rupert Murdoch. Um I mean, I'm sorry, not Murdoch, Madoff, Bernie Madoff. I'm tripping. Um they mentioned Rupert Murdoch in there though, but it's a Bernie Madoff documentary. It's called Madoff, and it talks about how pretty much Madoff was the biggest uh criminal in Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how he started the Ponzi scheme. They talk about how he got caught. They talk about his beginnings, where he started from. Um, how many? I mean, like, dude got over, like, I think they said it was like almost 300 mil.
Oh snap!
Yeah, like he was banking on these folks, bro. Like this, they had this one guy on there. And he was talking about his interaction with Bernie Madoff, and he was saying how, what I'm saying, his first time ever meeting him, they was at the country club. You know what I'm saying? Him and his mom was playing golf, and they go up, they go get lunch or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, they talking, and then in the midst of going to get lunch, his mom looked out the window and was like, "Oh, there go Bernie Madoff and his wife. I'm gonna introduce y'all." So she take him down there to introduce him. They get to talking, and you know what I'm saying, doing everything, and you know what I'm saying, he was interested in them. But after they leave and go off, you know what I'm saying, his mom was like, he's such a good guy. He seems like an amazing person. But the only thing I don't really like, and I can't really put my finger on about, is the fact that he doesn't look you in the eye. And then, like, come to find out, like, he steals almost half a fucking million from this dude.
Damn.
Like, yeah, like he was getting busy, bro. I'm talking about Ponzi scheme on Ponzi scheme. They caught this dude's office, like, when the feds raided his office. They said they went in there, and in the midst of going in there, once they was getting everything, they was like, man, they had computers set up everywhere, and then they had like all of these different files and stuff that they didn't know what they was, and they couldn't decode them at first. They decoded them and found like all of these shell corporations, all of these places of washing money and all that. And it's still money unaccounted for. So it may be way more than what people think.
That's crazy.
Absolutely, bro. So y'all go check that out, man. It's on Netflix. It's called Madoff, but I got Shrinking on Apple TV, and then I got Madoff, the documentary on Netflix, man.
Yo, if you don't mind, one quick thing before we get into the feature presentation.
What's up?
Shout out to Bruce Willis, man. Prayers out to the
Yeah.
family. You know what I'm saying? He got diagnosed with dementia.
Yep.
You know, he's one of those actors where I know we throw the word around, but I feel like Bruce, I think he can get that L word, man. I think
he definitely can, bro.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, man. Bruce Willis got a lot of hits out there. Like he really do. And I think
the Die Hard franchise alone puts him in there.
That, and also like even like stuff like I know people have been talking, Armageddon, you got Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm saying? Man, even like movies like The Perfect Stranger, which I know a lot of people probably haven't seen. It was him and Halle Berry. He was dope in that. But like even stuff like The Whole 9 Yards and The Whole 10 Yards, like when he was being funny, like that shit was hilarious.
Bro, no, Cop Out. You talking about fun?
Cop Out, Cop Out.
Oh my goodness.
Him and Tracy Morgan.
Him and Tracy Morgan had me crying, bro.
Yeah, man. And you know, to think, someone who's got so much work out there and not going to be able to, potentially, it's sad news, man. You hate to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Demi Moore. Shout out to their daughter. What's her name? I forget what her name is. But shout out to all of them. I just wanted to mention that, man, because it's TV, film related, and it's just sad news. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing that he's not dead, but at the same time, just wanted to mention him on the pod, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers definitely goes out to Bruce Willis and his family and friends. So feature presentation, man. We talking about Sunset Park. This came out in 96, right?
96, yep.
Yeah, came out in 96. A very interesting movie because the plot is already, first off, is weird. Second, is super unbelievable. But basically, this is a story about a woman who becomes a high school basketball coach for a troubled school and a bunch of troubled Black youth, of course. And she basically comes in and somehow saves them to be better people. First and foremost, I just want to say, bro, I hate watching movies like this. Because let's just keep it real. There's no way that white woman was sticking around for all the shit that was going on with these niggas, bro. Can we please be honest? Like, come on, man.
It's funny you took that take.
I mean, because let's keep it real. First off, you say you wanted to be a basketball coach. You don't know shit about basketball, bro. Your first practice, you just go in and let them just play.
Well, first you got to mention the reason why she took the job in the first place, because she was trying to get extra money to get a restaurant.
To build. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
And so she absolutely knew nothing about basketball. And then it's just like to even watch.
And ain't no high school coaching job paying that much for you to get a restaurant.
I thought it was 200. I think it was like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But in real life, as a high school basketball coach, you are not making that much on the side, even if it's your side job. You're not making that much to get you a restaurant in a year, bro. No.
I mean, yeah, this is funny. But at the same time, like, even like the turnaround that she was able to get on Shorty, that's not happening. That's not happening at all.
I'm like, for him to be team doing drugs, niggas getting shot. Like, come on, man.
They selling drugs. Like, yo,
come on,
it was the reason why I said, because see, Sunset Park was one of those movies where, like you said, plot not good, not believable. But I think what made it stand out back then was the fact of like, for number one, it's Fredro Starr. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for for what Onyx was, and Fredro Starr getting in this lane, it was just like okay, and
Right.
and Terrence Howard, he was getting there. DeAndre Bonds was
Yep.
getting there. Like they
This
haven't
was
necessarily.
one of his first appearances.
You talking about DeAndre?
Yeah.
Because Terrence Howard was in Dead Presidents, which came out a year before. So like he was kind of, what I'm saying, on his climb, being involved with a movie like Dead Presidents and even though this movie, like Sunset Park isn't one of those movies where it's like it being singled out for its work. And then like the
Yeah.
premise of it is, what I'm saying, like it's super crazy. But I think that making movies in New York and what high school was like in New York, like I watched this with my youngest son.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, they got to go through metal detectors to go to school. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's different. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
it's
yeah,
different
that's
where you at.
yeah,
So like,
absolutely. And
but then at the same time, like to see that, and then like this movie is they should throw the word comedy in there because
it
dude,
is.
there
It's
was so
considered
many funny moments
a sports comedy drama movie.
because there was so many. Yo, listen, Butter made this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Butter was my guy because Butter is that dude that all of us know that swears he gets so many girls, but you
Mm-hmm.
only seen him wave at girls one time throughout the whole movie. Like we never know if
Right.
Butter even got game, but he talked like he do. Like when he told the subway story, you want to talk about
Yeah.
funny? My man said, yo, I'm on the subway. You know what I'm saying? Honey looking at me. And he was like, she put her hand, he was like, I think he said she put her hand, it was either he put his hands down or she put her hands down there. He was like, yo, she came right there on the subway. And I was like, man, if you don't shut the fuck up, like Butter is, and then like, dude, how Butter would sit there and try to, what I'm saying? What was so funny was like when before she started like really coaching, and like he tried to do the behind the back move, and he lost the
Yeah.
ball, and they were like, Butter, what you doing? And he did it with no ball.
Yeah. Goofy.
Hey, when I tell you, man, my son was sitting there dying laughing, but hey, it was like, but what's funny is the description of this movie. It says a white school teacher takes over a talented but undisciplined black high school basketball
Come
team.
on, man. I
That
told you. That's what I'm
that team was
saying.
not that team was not talented at all. Okay, and then that's another
Oh,
thing.
did you know that Rhea Perlman not only um not only helped direct and produce this movie, did you know that Danny DeVito was the producer of this?
I saw that. I saw that when the credits was going up. I was like, Danny
They
DeVito.
was they was married at the time. Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito. I don't know
Oh,
if they still married or not, but yeah, that's
that's
how
why.
he ended up. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah,
bro. Like this is not one of those movies that's super believable at all. I'm sorry.
no. It'd be different if this movie would have been based in, I don't know. If this
Iowa.
movie, it's crazy. I would think of Iowa, but like when you know about all of I mean, if you're talking about '96,
Yeah.
you got Marbury. You know what I'm saying? You got Sham Guy. Well, he's a little bit before then. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just the people that was coming out of New York at the time, and you watch these dudes play. Ain't no way
Yeah.
they making it to a city championship. No way.
Fam.
This team
Being
was
especially being
trashed.
as trash. First and foremost, being as trash as they were and having having you know what I'm saying, the guards that they had. First and foremost, what they should have did is they should have did some research on New York basketball players, because everybody know from the 1 to the 3 is gonna be somewhat decent. None of them niggas was even that. No, I don't know how they even made it to a chip.
That's the thing. Like, it's so unbelievable. There's no way this team makes the chip. First of all, Fred Joe Star is like 5'4". Like, you're
not convincing me Fred Joe Star can play basketball, bro.
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, Fred Joe Star is from New York.
I mean, care. Okay. You're not convincing me that Fred Joe Star can play. He's too hood. He's way too hood. I know way too many hood niggas that can't hoop, and he's one of those, bro. There's no way you're convincing me Fred Joe Star can dribble a basketball. I'm being real, bro. There's just no way.
Hey, but that is hilarious. That's hilarious. Nah, man, Fred Joe Star, man. It's just the fact that, don't get me wrong, like there have been some short guards to come out of that to come out of that state. But my whole thing is just they had to get better. They needed more. At this time, no, because Ray Allen, he did what's the name in 98. It was either 98 and 99. They did.
He got game was in 98.
He got game. Like it's just a fact of nobody could ball on this team. You're not telling me
it was a basketball team, which is crazy.
And then it's like the year before they won a game, because like after they won that first game, he was like, she was like, why y'all ain't more happy? He was like, yeah, we won a game last year and then we lost 15 straight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just felt that that part of it was terrible because it just wasn't believable. Not for me. When you said what you said, that there's no way this white woman is sticking around for that, I don't think that was the most unbelievable thing about the story, because.
No, I'm talking about sticking around for the shit that was going on. Like, niggas is getting shot, niggas is selling drugs, niggas is doing drugs, niggas is fighting. First off, these niggas was unruly than the motherfucker. They cussed her out.
I mean, yeah. They did, but that. Man, I see what you're saying. I think she was more gullible, because you got to remember this scene, right? So when she had that moment with her lawyer friend, when she went to get, she asked the lawyer friend to get Shorty out of jail. You know what I'm saying? For shooting, was shooting at someone. So they was having a conversation walking down the street, and she was like, yo, like, basically you're gullible. And she was like, what you mean? She was like, okay, let's talk about the last guy you was dating. She was like, you slept with him on the first night. And then you started getting with this other guy. You slept with him like the first night. Then you moved him in like a week later. Then he took all of your shit. So like, obviously, like, she was just. Yeah. So no, but it was funny how it went down, because like she go in, oh, I've been robbed. She called the police, and then she don't realize it till she opened up the damn closet and see all her clothes are there. And then my man took out his clothes and left one tie behind. But so yeah, that had to be what they should have put in this movie is her explaining that to the cops. Be like, okay, y'all, I thought I was being robbed, but apparently he left me. So they just completely left that out. They should have put that in there. I wanted to see how that conversation went down. But she's gullible. Like, she was really gullible. And the one thing that was super inappropriate was the fact that she like went on a quote unquote date with Shorty, yo. Like, this dude asked her, first of all, he asked her to go to the movies. They end up not going to the movies, but they end up going on like a dinner date type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something that would never happen.
No, and you're not telling your basketball female coach that you're a virgin. Come on.
And you also are not having this middle-aged white woman out and about in New York like that in the fucking hood. Like, it's just stuff about this movie that was just too preposterous, bro. Like, what are we talking about? First and foremost, bro, like, she didn't know nothing about basketball. And then all of a sudden, she just decided, let me learn the game. And she just learned the game and pick it up like that. All of a sudden, she know how to coach out of nowhere. Like, come on, man.
Man, listen, she had the how to coach. But, hey, when I tell you, my son looked at me, he said, you telling me she reading how to coach basketball book?
Come on, bro. Come on.
And then
man.
she's watching the Knicks on TV, asking them, yo, it was so funny.
Well, like she knew what was going on.
Yo, that shit was hilarious.
Okay, look,
dude.
Real quick. Have you ever watched a sport with a woman who didn't know what was going on?
I have. But
now you telling me her watching that game, was that believable that she understood anything at any point?
Well, I mean, she didn't until she started reading the book. And then she started reading the book, and then like that's when she was kind of like, oh, well, I think they're doing this. But even then, what's also unbelievable is the fact that when she goes in there and like speaks with the team and says, look, y'all, I don't know how to coach basketball. And everybody was like, well, no shit. And so it was like, yo,
they don't
y'all
know how to play. The fuck?
So she said, y'all, she's like, if y'all teach me about basketball, I teach y'all about being winners.
How, man? You never coach the. See, that's what I'm saying. It be like, this is the thing that I like. This is the one thing about these type of movies that really piss me off as I get older and watch them as an adult now, like especially in the 90s. It was this whole thing about like just coming to save black youth. Like black youth couldn't do nothing. Hardball is another one. You got Keanu Reeves, who used to be in a drunken stupor, all of a sudden getting it together to help out this underserved baseball team of black kids. Like, bro, stop it with the nonsense, man. Just stop. There's no way. First and foremost, I can honestly tell you, having been in the classroom with a teacher in an unruly classroom, bro, she walked out of that classroom so fast because she could not handle the pressure of a bunch of badass kids in 1 minute. So I know for a fact that this goddamn woman didn't stay with these hard-headed ass, street running ass little boys, especially in high school, in New York at that. Nah, man. She'd have been getting grilled. They'd have been calling her all kind of names. They'd have talked about what she had on. Like, nigga, it's all kind of stuff that just wouldn't go on in this movie, bro. I don't understand it. Shout out to Perlman though. She did a great job for what it was, but I mean for the most part, man, let's keep it a buck. No, bro. She not doing that.
No, I'm gonna tell you the part, like speaking on what you're speaking on right now, the one part that really pissed me off was when Spaceman walked into her office and he was like, yo, I need to talk to you. And she was like, what is it? And my man now pulled out. First of all, they got metal detectors out the ass. I don't know how the fuck he got that big ass. This motherfucker had a cleaver up out this bitch. That was a big ass fucking knife. Like, how the fuck did you get that in the school, yo? So he's like, yo, I'm about to kill my science teacher. and so he's talking about
he'd have been in jail that day. She called the police on him.
And so he's like, because he said he had a beanie on his head. He just told him to take out the beanie. He was like, because he's always picking on him. And so just the fact that she walked down the hall with him and jacked up this other male teacher, and told him to stop, and then called him his nickname. Don't call him by his name. She called him Spaceman. like he know that he goes by Spaceman to the basketball team.
Exactly. He looking, who the hell is Spaceman? Why are you attacking me for this motherfucker? And why are you here with her attacking me about Spaceman?
And then he's sitting there smiling and shit, and then says, science is my favorite subject. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then when they're walking off, she said, is there any more other teachers I need to address? It's like, come on, man.
first and foremost, you just got hired at this school. How are you? How are you going around abusing people, abusing the teachers who's been here years and years and years of tenure? And here you go, you just popped up. Come on, man.
Well, I
That's what
don't
I'm saying,
know.
bro. Like,
I don't know if she. Well, they didn't really say if. I don't know. No, I don't remember if it was her first year. I thought that she
bro,
just.
that was her
It was her
first
first year of coaching.
year.
It was.
Yes.
Oh shit.
She didn't know nothing about basketball, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She didn't know nothing. She only got that job to buy that fucking restaurant.
Oh yeah, I know that. I was
watching this job as an adult, bro. I can tell you, this is her first time ever coaching. You can't. I don't care what you do in life. You can't coach, and then when you go to high school basketball for the first year, all of a sudden you just don't know what you're doing. No, man, she never coached a day in her life.
No, I know that. I'm talking about. I don't know if it was her first year at the school.
Oh no, yeah,
that's what I'm
meaning. First year. Remember, because they were trying to see if she was gonna stay next year.
Yeah, because I know that it was her first year coach because like she was hired for some kind of office job and she saw the like the ad thing on the wall
flyer,
and they was like, yeah, the flyer. They was like, how much are they paying? They was like, oh, they're paying this. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm coaching basketball then. So it was just like it just
how you
like
how you just pick your job, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. How you just pick a job? You just see a flyer and oh yeah, I'm supposed to be a secretary, but nah. Let me be the basketball coach. No, man.
And then just how much basketball matters in New York. I don't think they got a problem finding coaches. Like there got to be coaches that's like, yo, I will go coach.
How bad they are. I don't care how. I'm talking about behavior wise. I don't care, bro. They could have shot a nigga on the court. Okay, there was somebody there. There was somebody there that would have been willing to coach them besides her. I'm 100% sure.
That is hilarious. Yeah, like somebody would have wanted that job. And for somebody who has absolutely no experience to just climb in there and just be the coach. And then just up there and they doing shirts and skins. One dude says a foul. One dude like, hey, coach, what is that? No, a foul. She didn't even see it. It's just like everybody knew. And then like, I know Shorty was supposed to be 16, 17 years old, whatever the case may be. But it's like, you telling me this dude is that damn naive? Because like what pissed me off about what they did with his character was the fact that how much invested he was with her being the coach, which I didn't understand. Right. It's like, why is he so excited about this woman being the coach? Like, I don't know why they made him do that. And I'm surprised that, and like, don't get me wrong, like, when we think about Fred Joestar, I mean, like, you know, we think of Onyx. You know what I'm saying? We think of hardcore rapping. We think of Sticky Fingers. And it's for him to be the guy that is
the nice guy.
Yeah, kind of. But like, I get, okay, yeah, he's a drug dealer. Boom, whatever. Like, that's to be expected when we talk. Like, if you think of somebody like Fred Joestar, but for him to be the guy that's a virgin and get his girl taken by the dude, light skinned dude with the dreads, you know what I'm saying, and get a gun put on him in the, you know what I'm saying, in front of the school because old girl playing running games on him. It's like
totally unbelievable.
Yeah, that's very unbelievable. I'm not believing it.
That's the first role we see Fred Joestar in where he's not being a fucking street thug. He was a street thug on Moesha. Like
he was a street thug and saved The Last Dance.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Every movie he plays in, bro, he plays the nigga from Onyx. And all of a sudden in this one, we're supposed to believe that this nigga is pussy with this chick and he ain't out here in these streets. And he ain't never got none. Like, come on, bro. No, bro.
No, the all time.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out. How are you
I know what you're about to say.
Dealer? How are you a drug dealer with no gun?
Yeah, he didn't have a gun. Well, he ended up getting his hands on one because remember he shot at the kid when he went to jail.
Besides that, ain't no get your hands on one. How are you out here pushing drugs in New York? Nigga with no gun.
That's very
and
understandable.
96 at that. fresh off the crack epidemic, bro. You could have. Come on, man. That don't even none. It didn't make sense. What were you
I'm gonna tell you what.
with?
This is the least amount of thing that makes sense, right? The fact that he goes up to the coach and say, "Coach, you're a girl, right? So yeah, I got this girl that I like. I want you to read this letter, and then tell me if I should give it to her or not."
Come on, man.
I'm watching this shit. And I'm like, yo, when I seen this movie when I was young, this shit was a whole lot better when I was young. And I don't know if the whole Sunset Park song got me. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It was just.
I just think it was the fact that we seen niggas playing basketball, and that's all we was concerned with.
Yeah, and then somebody like from watching Yo MTV Raps and watching the basement shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You seeing Onyx and Slam. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit took over. So it was just kind of like seeing Fredro Starr on the screen. It was like, oh, man, that's cool. He's playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? We got another New York movie. You know what I'm saying? He got the puff jacket on. And my son was asking, he was like, Dad, like watching these old movies, he was like, man, he said, he was like, when you were younger, he said, did you have a jacket like that? I said, you talking about the puff jacket? I was like, yeah, I had a puff jacket back in the day. I was like, I didn't really need it as much because we in South Carolina, but I was like, yeah, I was like, man, that was the style back then. I was like, man, you see them boots he got on? I said, you see how he rocking the boots? I was like, yeah, man, like that was the style back then. But that's what I was gonna say because he was just talking about the puff jacket.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I think around this time, like especially like '96, bro, like I think it was a thing of getting these rappers in these movies, right? Because you got to remember, like we had Tupac in movies, Ice Cube was making movies, you had Tretch making movies. A little bit after that, we get DMX in movies.
Oh man, you skipping LL, Ice-T.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even done yet. Like Ice-T had been in movies, really. Like he had already been doing movies. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he was in Breaking, even though it was like a small little role. He was still in Breaking. You know what I'm saying? LL was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I think around this time, this is like especially getting at the height of hip hop. And you know what I'm saying, it being the golden age of hip hop where, you know what I'm saying, like it really started to take over, it really started to dominate. And so like a lot of these movies were just, I feel like picking up these rappers and putting them in there because of the popularity that these guys had. And they knew that because they were in it, it was going to sell. You know what I'm saying? Like with Fredro Starr being in this movie, this was going to, you know what I'm saying, this was going to do something. They were going to sell this. Like all of these movies, I mean, like I think Tupac was in the Butter Rim, wasn't he?
Yeah, Tupac was in Butter Rim, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just even that, the fact Tupac is in Above the Rim. Tupac don't play no fucking basketball, bro.
Well, he didn't play basketball.
No, I'm just talking about just in general. Tupac don't play basketball. Why is he in a movie like Above the Rim? I mean, I get the role that he played. It made sense to the role he played, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, like, him being in a basketball movie, and Tupac is not a nigga that plays basketball. It just, that type of shit to me doesn't make sense. Like, for him to be as invested as he was in those basketball games, like trying to, you know what I'm saying, doing what they're doing, like, it just, like, certain stuff just, it did not make sense to me at all. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they were really just using the popularity and the fame of these rappers and using that to basically market and advertise the movies that they was in to get paid from it.
Yeah, but I slightly disagree with the fact of like with this part, because when you watch like a lot of documentaries or hood movies that are talking about the basketball scene in New York, when they talk about, you know what I'm saying, everybody playing in Rucker Park and all that type of shit, like a lot of the drug dealers funded those tournaments. So like,
absolutely.
So for Tupac to be playing like this drug dealer that's funding this tournament, like that part doesn't surprise me because we know that happened. Like that was a thing that's been well documented in the state of New York. So I can see the part of him actually doing that. Now, the whole part of his brother being this famous, well, hood legend basketball player that quit because a friend fell off of a fucking building, which I didn't understand why you're trying to slap a backboard with a backboard that's going towards the fucking off the roof. But then it made no sense again, because
unbelievable.
Yeah, because why are you running that hard at a backboard that there's no like? Okay, anyway, that's above the rim.
First off, why the fuck is a basketball rim on the roof?
And why did they got it
that
there?
Question? That's what I'm saying. Nobody asked that question. What
happens it can be on the...
if you? What happens if you airball and the ball goes off the roof? Then what?
Exactly. Like if you want it on the roof, it has to be at least in the middle.
Put a gate why is it or something.
Yeah. Why is it facing where there's nothing? Like you said,
even if saying, man, like these movies, bro. Like I'm telling you, going back and watching these movies now, like as I'm an adult and I can actually like properly think and see what's going on. A lot of this stuff, man, they were just throwing stuff in there, bro. They was totally throwing stuff in there. For instance, you know what I'm saying? Why is this lady who needs to get a restaurant working at a public school? Second, you got a friend that's a lawyer. You couldn't have just been your friend's secretary? Like, I'm sure 100% that job would have paid way more than being a high school basketball coach. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
I mean, this is true. I know she probably didn't want to ask her friend for the money, but it's just like, yo, if she's really her friend, like, yo, why are you coaching basketball? You don't know shit about basketball. You was about to be a
secretary anyway. Why didn't you just say, hey, listen, can I work for you for a little bit till I get this restaurant up off the ground? Come on, man, help me out. It's a friend. Instead, you put yourself in danger to go coach a high school boys basketball team that you don't know no basketball knowledge whatsoever, and they horrible.
And then this is my thing. So Busy B gets shot over his coat, which we heard. You know what I'm saying? You hear about stories like that in New York, but this is the only problem I got with it. He said that they asked for his coat, he didn't take it off, and they shot him. Shot him in the shoulder.
Right.
Coat ain't damaged. Ain't no bullet hole in the coat. He had the coat on later. Like, you didn't get no blood on the coat, no hole in the coat. Like,
like you was able to not damage the coat. still get shot and miss hella games.
And they said the bullet went straight through. So it would have went through the jacket too. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's just shit in this movie, bro, that you just be like, come on, man. Y'all, they didn't think this should do it all. Shout out to Danny DeVito, but bro, come on, man. You gotta do better than that.
Nah, man, I'm gonna tell you. And then also, man, shout out to my guy who was Drano, who Antoine Tanner, who is also Worm.
Yep.
And Coach Carter that came out in 2005, and this came out in '96, and my man still playing a high school basketball player.
Still look the same. Nigga ain't aged a bit, nigga. To this day, he still look the same. Don't look older.
Still look the same. Look, we all like I said, we always talk about Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? We need to start talking about this dude. Because this dude.
Now go ahead.
No, like he just still he does not look his age at all. Like, but it's just funny that the fact that he is playing a high school basketball player in '96, and then he's also playing a high school basketball player in 2005. Like that is just wild to me, man. Like I can't get it because I told my son that was the main reason I told my son. I like, I want you to watch this movie with me because I just want to see your facial expression when you see Worm on here, because he used to be obsessed with Coach Carter. He used to watch Coach Carter every day. And which is crazy. He used to watch that, and he used to watch Glory Road. So I was just like, okay, so like let me show you, you know what I'm saying, Sunset Park. And I was like, he was like, Dad, I don't recognize anybody in this movie. I said, just wait. I said, because you're gonna recognize one person. And then when he saw him, he was like, Dad, that's Word. That was so funny. But what you about to say? My bad.
Nah, I was just gonna like, and then like to me, what was so crazy was the turnaround time of this movie, bro. Like in one season, they went in one season they went from 1-15 to going to the championship and losing by 1 point with a coach who didn't know nothing about basketball at the beginning of the season.
That's crazy. I can see the turnaround in Coach Carter because he actually knew basketball.
Absolutely.
It's like he didn't know nothing about basketball.
He was actually a coach. He at least coached girls basketball. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. What's funny though is that, you know what I'm saying, Rhea Perlman being in this movie, bro, like, I don't think people understood how hot she was in the 90s either, because she was in a lot of movies.
She was in a lot of movies.
TV shows. Like, she was getting some real work back in the day, man. And I think that was another thing that kind of made this movie, you know what I'm saying, what it was because of the fact that, you know, she was pretty much, you know what I'm saying, a hot commodity. Danny DeVito around this time was a hot commodity. So, you know what I'm saying, this product coming from them, I think that's what really made people, you know what I'm saying, fuck with this movie at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, look, everybody know her from Cheers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, be on a show like Cheers, and then like Cheers ended up being one of those shows that's kind of like The Wire. Like, I don't think that they knew that these people were gonna end up becoming who they became, like after the show ended. And I think that's one thing.
It even got a spinoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those people, like it's funny going back and watching like certain shows and certain movies. Like I tell you one, The Outsiders. Mm-hmm. I don't think they understood back then. You know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, what's the name? Charlie Sheen's brother. I forget what he goes by, but C. Thomas Howell.
It's Emilio Estevez.
Yes. Like I don't think that they knew that all of those people. It was like everybody but like one guy that was a part of that crew. All those dudes blew up. Like all of them blew up. And like that's what Cheers was. So like so when I seen her in this movie, the first thing I thought of was Cheers. Because like I told you, my dad used to watch Cheers. So but she was. It was, and the theme song. You always gonna know that theme song. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are a certain age group, like when you hear Everybody Knows Your Name, like come on, the very first thing you think of is Cheers. But like for the people that they was able to put in this movie, like even though you know, like the people that really kind of blew up, like you know, Fredro Starr is still doing his thing. Terrence Howard, obviously, well, supposedly he said he was retiring. I don't know.
I mean, he just did the Best Man stuff.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what he had came out and said. I think that it was after they shot that he said that he was retiring. But who knows? But really, I mean, I've never seen Butter ever again. I mean, this movie don't have like a lot of star power. Melinda, is it Melinda Williams? Is that what my girl name is?
I think
like
so.
She does her thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like most people know her from The Wood, but DeAndre Barnes, you know what I'm saying? He he does his thing. So it's just like for this movie to have, you know, some of the people who ended up doing some things a little later, I just felt that, cause see, I haven't seen it in a while. Actually, when I came up with putting Sunset Park down, it was just more of like watching one of those movies from my childhood, and then going back and rewatching it and be like, oh shit, like. I already got my rating ready. Like when I watched it, I was like, "Oh man, I gotta do this." I was like, I gotta do this. But at the same time, we can't be biased and just do, you know what I'm saying, blockbusters and you know what I'm saying, we can't do like everything that we do can't be 4s and 5s all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like we got
that's the beauty of doing this, because I think what a lot of people don't understand is that we are actually going back and rewatching a lot of these movies, not just watching them for the first time, but actually rewatching a lot of these movies that we pick, because these are movies that we watched throughout, you know what I'm saying, not only childhood, but just in life. And so going back and rewatching these now that we've had some life experience ourselves, and you know what I'm saying, like doing things and seeing other movies and seeing other works of art, and now we're able to kind of, you know what I'm saying, understand some of the stuff that's going on in these movies as well. It's you look at a lot of these movies 100% differently.
Oh yeah, I definitely look at it differently now.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like I just wanted to, I just thought it would have been, you know, a little fun experience to, you know, have my son to sit down and watch it and,
absolutely,
you know, pick up on the '90s, like look, like yeah, like this, because well, it was some phrase that they were saying, and he was like, Dad, if they say that one more time, and I was like, son, I said, hey. I said, we used to say that all the time growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was just like, there's just some certain slang. I can't remember exactly which slang it was, but like they said it like repeatedly throughout the movie. And he was like, man, if they say that one more time, I said, yeah, if you say bro one more time, like, exactly. Like you say bro almost after everything you say now. So it's just like back then, that was something that we said. We used to say that all the time. So
right.
It's good also going back and watching those movies like that. And then I also thought it was funny because I was like, I like the scene between Butter and Drano because like when she called everybody out on the bus, like Drano is considered the genius, but he just don't go to class. Like, he just go in and he passes all his tests, but he don't do no homework or nothing like that. And Butter, he go to class all the time, but it was something about he didn't do his homework or something. So anyway, they said, you know, ask for them to work with him or whatnot. And the way he put that math equation together, dude, I told my son, I said, listen to this. And so then he was like, yo, you got 200s. And he was like, you know, you gonna do this. He was like, and then you got the $5 for this. He was like, but what the 5 for? The hotel. And he was like, yeah. And then, but I did that to say, like, just because it says, yo, you got 2 pairs, you know, exactly, with how many, you know, I was like, you can come up with different scenarios in your own head that relates to you. I was like, this is what related to them. Butter love women. So he put Butter in a situation where he could thrive by trying to, you know, do a math equation, thinking about women and hotel rooms and all types of shit like that. So I just thought that was funny to, you know, to pause it, like pay attention to this part, listen to what they're saying. So he picked up on it, he got it, whatever, whatnot. But like, yeah, it's interesting going back watching these old movies because back then, yeah, I would have been like, yo, Sunset Park, man, that movie dope as fuck. They're like, yeah, man, feel a little differently nowadays, but
absolutely. So, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's get into the Fire Flames, bro.
Let's do it.
Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame.
So, what you got, Brody?
Well, I got 2, man. Because it's the thing is, with even though it's not star powered,
right?
But it still got some noticeable people in it. It's just the fact of the plot of the movie, the writing of the movie, because some of the stuff, just like we said, it just did not make any sense.
Absolutely.
And then I think that they could have there had to be some better. I mean, yo, where is Omar Epps when you need him? Like, there's some. They had to be able to find some better actors that played basketball in high school or something. Like, these dudes trash.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, that was bad. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, the dude who played Drano, his jumper looked like he actually might have played basketball. But then, like, the whole part a busy bee when he playing defense and do the whole little thing. Yeah.
Goofy shit, bro. Nobody's doing that on the basketball court for real.
And then they said that he wore the same glasses since third grade. You telling me his prescription they never changed? Like, come on, man. But
That's what I'm saying, man.
I gotta give it a 2, man. I felt like they wasn't. I feel like their writing room wasn't creative, like at all.
Right.
And I don't think that they didn't think that some of this shit just made absolutely no sense. Because like real people that know basketball, we're not looking at this woman and be like, you're gonna take a team that won 2 games the previous year, and as bad as these guys look, that you was able to turn this team completely around and go to the city championship game. No, it's not happening.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what's up, man. Okay, so I'm not gonna kill it like you did, man. I am gonna give it a 3. You know what I'm saying? For what it was worth, this is Danny DeVito producing it. This is Rhea Perlman starring in it. So this is like some weird nepotism type deal. So I mean, it is a decent movie. It's not really a bad movie. The only thing that's honestly horrible about it is just the fact that like just none of this shit would happen in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say that teacher. That coach is not getting that job off the rip. I'm telling you that right now. You can forget that. She wouldn't have got that job. Not only would she had not got that job, she has a friend who could have gave her a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a bunch of stuff in this movie that's just like, come on, bro. Then, you know what I'm saying, she in a school full of, you know what I'm saying, like heathens who really don't mean her no good. She don't know how to coach basketball. These niggas can't play. Then you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden you in the championship and you lose by a couple points. Like, nah, bro, we not that's just not how it's gonna work. But everything outside of just like the basketball aspect, besides him taking her on that weird ass quote unquote date, like everything else was a decent movie. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't a bad movie. The star power, like you said, wasn't there, but I mean, like to have Fredro Starr in the movie at that time, I mean, you really can't, you know what I'm saying, knock that. And like I said, Rhea Perlman, she was really doing her thing at the time. So it wasn't star-studded, but it had a few noticeable names in there. So I give it credit for that. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going 3.
Okay, I ain't mad at it, man.
All right, man. Let's get into the coming soon, bro.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
What we got next?
Okay, what we got next, man, we got the first black person in history to have been wrapped up by Anaconda and survive. we got Anaconda coming up for y'all. I know what some of y'all may be thinking, hey, I thought y'all was doing, Black History Month. Okay, so question. Are we adding J-Lo to the black community on this? Okay.
No.
Well then Ice Cube then.
Yeah, wait a minute though. Did this come out before Deep Blue Sea?
Let me check. I know for a fact Deep Blue Sea was 99. I know that for a fact. Let me see when Anaconda came out. But that's why I said what I said, the first black man to survive Anaconda snake.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if this came out before Deep Blue Sea.
Let me see. Let's see what year it came out. Ooh.
Because I want to say this came out in like 97, 98.
Oh, snap. I did the wrong thing. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. Let's see.
I believe so.
Anaconda came out in 19. Let's see. It came out in 97. So it was before Deep Blue Sea. 2 years before Deep Blue Sea.
So now, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, hear me clear. LL Cool J is not the first black man to survive a horror movie. It is Ice Cube. We are going to stop doing that, bro. Ice Cube was the first black man to survive in a horror movie. Okay, give my man his credit. I'm sick of that meme going around talking about LL Cool J, first black man. No, he didn't. It was Ice Cube, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Quit knocking my man's, bro. Give my man's his credit. So Ice Cube, that's actually Black History for sure, because we usually the first person to die. This nigga not only was the first person to survive, he saved somebody in this movie. This nigga's the first person to also save somebody in this movie. You know what
Well,
I'm
he
saying?
saved
So
a few people.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Ice Cube, man. I mean, legendary. You know what I'm saying? From no Vaseline to killing snakes.
Ah, that's funny. I
You
like how
know
you
what I'm
did
saying?
that.
Yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? You guys make sure y'all tune in with us, man. We can't wait to do this episode. That one is gonna be super, super fun. Only because going back and like watching that, I think J Lo had just came. Did she just come off of Selena? Did she
Damn
do
near
Selena
close.
yet?
Well, that's going to be an interesting thing to look at
Yeah, that
because
was
I
J
don't.
Lo with the fat butt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think she had just came off of doing Selena around this time. Then you
Yo,
got
but
John
ain't it?
Voight. I mean, like, yo, this is an interesting cast.
But ain't it? But ain't it funny, right? To
Hmm.
to think about how J Lo, like the way we looked at her back then is like she had she had what we consider a fatty, and
No,
it's
she
like
really. Oh, if you go back and like, if you go back in the day and look, she did. She lost it when she got with Ben Affleck because she start keeping that slim frame.
um I hear you on that, but it's just like like the story that was going around. Like I remember people saying stuff like she had insurance on her ass and shit,
She did. That's a
and
real
it's
story.
like, but then it's like when you look at it, and then like you look at what's. But now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fake ones now, but it's just like when you look at it, dude, she did Selena the same year.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Both
saying.
movies both of them
Yeah,
came out in '97.
I know. She, I about to say, I think Selena came out first. She had just came off of Selena. That's what I'm saying. She had to, because it was. There's no other reason for her to be in this movie outside of the fact that Selena had that type of success, or even the fact that she was going to do Selena.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, like what I'm saying, she was in Money Train in '95.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, but yeah, but when you think about it, like, she is like, because Selena was like her first like role. You know what I'm saying? When she was the lead,
Mm-hmm.
and she's really like the
Mm-hmm.
lead in this as well. So it's
Yeah,
interesting
she
that she had two
definitely is.
movies, two movies in
Yeah,
the same year to come out when she is the lead. But
absolutely. Though. And I
but
think she
okay,
was just starting the music thing. I think like the music thing was just popping off for her too.
yeah, because you want to know what she got a credit for?
Or
Puff Daddy and Mace been around the world video came
yeah,
out in
for sure.
'97 as well.
Absolutely. I think that's when she started getting with Diddy. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't believe you really don't remember how thick J Lo used to be, bro.
No,
Like she
no,
wasn't
no, no,
like
no, no,
she
no.
wasn't
Don't get me
like
wrong. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
oh,
saying.
okay.
What I'm saying
Okay.
is what people consider a
Compared to
fat
the
ass
new
today.
yeah.
Yes, to the new standard of what a fat ass is. That's what I mean.
The thing is like what I think the comparison is gonna be crazy because we have to remember like hers was like actually natural, and we wasn't saying that she had the biggest one. We was just saying like it was
The
toned up. It
perfect
was,
shape.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like she really had, and it was. Don't get me wrong, it was still fat though. Like
Yeah, yeah, of course.
it wasn't like a, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like a Denise Richards or somebody like that where she kind of got one, but she really don't. Like it wasn't like that. It was just the fact that like this mug was like, it was shaped nicely, it was big, it was nice. You know what I'm saying? She was a little thicker back then, like as far as the weight side, not just the body type, but the weight side. She, you know what I'm saying? She had some weight on her. And then you got to remember too, like this is around the time she was around a lot of black people too. So, you know what I'm saying? She was eating good. She was eating the right foods, you know what I'm saying? Going to the right places. And then Ben Affleck came around and, you know what I mean? She lost it.
Dude, that was a great wordplay on names, Denise Richards. And Wild Things came out around that time too. It's just, dude, you're a genius.
I appreciate it, man. I was trying to think of somebody. I was trying to think of somebody who was also out around that time that was like just as famous,
you got
if
it
not
right.
more famous. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good
and like,
one.
don't get
That's
me
a good
wrong,
one.
like they was on Denise Richards, bro. They was on.
Oh
that
yeah,
boy.
what man? Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Starship Troopers.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
But
Wild
yeah,
Things on my joint
y'all.
though.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Hey man, y'all stay tuned, man, for the next episode, man. Now, like I said, this one is gonna be very interesting and very fun. Also, man, you know what I'm saying? If you guys enjoyed this episode, if you guys enjoyed Sunset Park, if this is one of your favorite movies, or if you know what I'm saying, you are like us and rewatched it and was like, what the hell? Hit us up on the on the socials, man, Instagram and Twitter at View Anon Pod, and then you can hit us up on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. Join the group, you know what I'm saying? Send in requests, all that good type of stuff. That's what it's there for you guys to interact, talk about the movies, talk about the episodes, so on and so forth. And if you would like to follow me and interact with me as well, you can follow me on Twitter at Schools Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
Yeah, y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on Instagram. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Let me see. Still rocking with the episode that me and you did together. Been kind of busy this week. Haven't been able to get another pod in, but something will be coming out very soon. So stay tuned on that. And if you haven't heard the episode with me and Scoots Bronson yet, you know what I'm saying, 50-year anniversary of hip hop, go check that out. I also sent him an idea, so keep your eyes on the 28 minutes or less music wise, because me and Scoots Bronson got something cooking up together. So be on the lookout for that.
For sure, man, for sure. And yeah, man, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. As always, without you, we couldn't do it. But until the next episode, man, like they're saying, Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.